right now. If it's good now.
Mm-hmm. E. You on Twitch, right?
Yeah, Twitch.
E.
Okay, I think we are live. Okay, we are live.
Hello.
Okay, so we are live right now with Nerf This Episode 3. But before we do start this show about patches, about games, we are going to go with its intro. Let's go.
Ooh.
Go.
And welcome to the show. That's Daks right here. This is again the Nerf This Episode 3. And we are going to discuss Valorant. Am I pronouncing it right, Daks? Valorant?
Valorant. There you go.
Valorant.
Yeah,
Okay.
got emphasized, mate.
Valorant. Okay, so Valorant.
Valor.
Yeah, I should
Yes,
know
sir.
about this because my daughter's name is based on the day of Valor. Valor.
Ooh.
Valera.
Valera. Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a great name. Snazzy.
Yeah. And again, we have here Dax. This is Dayton Rosales, FB at DaxCast right here, and that's this is going to be his first time appearing the show. This is again episode 3, and we are now going to discuss Valorant. And for our Valorant episode, we are of course going to discuss patch 1.05. But before we do that, Dax, for those of you who don't know, we're going to ask some questions about Dax. Dax, what?
Yes, sir.
This is going to be. I'm going to give you a series of questions, like basic questions I usually ask our players. What is the game that started you playing? Video games, computer games, online player games, any game. The first game that you remember that started you playing as a game.
Oh. I remember one of my earliest stories of my life has to be because when I was a kid, I always got hospitalized, so I wouldn't stop scratching my tube, the dextrose basically. So
Yeah.
they gave me a Game Boy, and I remember playing Super Mario for the very first time on the black and whites, trying to finish it. I got to world 7 before I kept dying, so it's like,
Yeah.
hey, it really started things off from there.
I was just going to show you that I have a Game Boy here, the old one, the big gray one.
The whole one?
yeah.
I can't find mine anymore. I still have a GBC somewhere though. It's still here.
Yeah, I have a not working one. So it's like a shell. I want to revive it by using a Raspberry Pi. But yeah, we all got there, right? The Game Boy, playing in the dark, using some form of light, putting the battery inside of the ref just to make it longer. But again,
Oh, I never knew that.
yeah, I didn't know that. I did that back
I
in the
didn't
day.
know that. That's not. I would only blow on the cartridge to make it work.
I did it back in the day. It's like I put it in the ref. It's supposed to make it longer. It's like one of these urban legends. But Dax,
Ooh, I remember. Yeah, go ahead.
But
Go
Dax,
ahead, go ahead.
I have one more question for you. Like two more questions. What are the best games for you in terms of online multiplayer games
That's a very tough question. Like,
for you?
I gotta say, right now, Valorant is really one of the best ones to check out, to enjoy, to see. It's like the newest one, and it's really, really cool how it mixes tactical shooter with ability usage and all the like. It really is it's a mixed mash of so many different things. Also, another to be a still resurgent StarCraft 2 1v1 granddaddy of all esports right there. Always a pleasure to see individual skill like that. And I gotta also go for FGC games like Tekken. Those are really showing your skill, showing how to be better than someone else, and it really can go down to the wire in any single way.
Oh yes, of course. Personally, Dax, I loved single player games back then, right? But what happened was I got tired of playing alone, and I wanted to play with other people over the internet. I just shows that the more competitive ones are really kind of around our corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you said was like you like Tekken, Valorant, and I think you have started casting FPS games for how many years now? How many
Ah,
years have you been starting casting FPS games?
probably like three years already. I started things off in Overwatch, and it just snowballed from there basically.
Okay, one last question before we go into the Dax. Before we go into the actual patch. Okay, I've seen you talk, or rather, I've heard you talk
Mhm.
over casting over the Overwatch and Valorant games. So,
Mhm.
what do you do to practice that certain auctioneer type of talking?
I wake up and start talking fast. I don't know. It just comes to me sometimes. It really is dependent on your style. I gotta say, there are many FPS casters who are just like, you gotta take it slow, take it steady. But the thing is, I came into a game where it's immediately, you gotta go this fast because everything is happening so quickly. Out of nowhere, this is another thing happening. There we go again. And the fight is not over yet. Then it ends, and there is just no time to stop. So it really was just a trial by fire by me. In all
Yeah,
honesty, though, I was always a talker once I got started, and it really just complemented my skills from there. I start
yeah.
casting. This is my time to talk, and then we just go from there.
So, oh yeah, wait. Additional question to what, to how you speak or how you you said you just wake up and you just like start talking like that and it's like, do you have any routine to for you to like be more consistent in that kind of pace?
Oh, it's not really the pace I want to be consistent in. It's really more about making sure my words come out correctly. I do try to vocalize here and there, make sure my mouth is ready to go, like stretching. If there is such thing as mouth stretching, or just like harmonizing if I can, whatever it is. I just really want to make sure that when I go fast, I can go fast anytime here. But the thing is, it sometimes ends up like a complete garbled mess. So
Yeah,
that's really what I look into preparing for. That
yeah,
if I am gonna be going fast, people have to still understand what I'm saying, or I'm just gonna be blending into the mess that is happening on screen.
yeah. Okay, but yeah, it's actually good when I talk to you. When I hear it's like more. There's a flow. There's a consistency. There's like it's all clear, and that's good to know that we have here Dax sharing his sharing his expertise, or rather, I think you all got to know Dax over the last few minutes. But let's not take too much of this guy's time. No, we know him over the casting StarCraft 2, Overwatch, and Valorant. But now let's now talk about Valorant. Am I talking?
Hmm.
Am I saying it right again? Valorant, right?
Valorant, come on,
Yeah.
mates. Valor, ants. It's two words: valor and ants. And you have the best ant in the world. His name is Valorant. There you go.
Okay, so Valorant. Okay, okay,
Valorant. Yeah.
okay,
Hey, Valor,
Valorant.
you got
Okay,
this.
okay, I got this. I'm just saying it. I'm syllabalizing it, so it's like Valorant, right? Right?
Mm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
we have a recent patch. It's called patch 1.05, and as you can see here on our screen up there, we're doing again. As you can see on our background, we're doing a talk show format, and on the top, that's our screen right there, and you can see Valorant with the patch 1.05. We have here FFA Deathmatch and Act Ranks. But before we go to the next, we have an update, and of
Hmm.
course, this is what you call Killjoy. So Dax.
She's killing so much joy right now. That's already the thing happening. ExcelSor, I gotta say, I want to get ahead of you here. You know
Yeah,
that
go.
game? It's
Yeah,
basically you see her on defense.
yeah.
There is no joy anymore. There is no
Oh
fun
man,
whatsoever. But yeah,
that's
ah,
really sad to know. But I saw a post a while ago. It was there was a community match. It's not going to be included. Killjoy is banned from being picked, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was for our tournament for the Steel Series 1 tomorrow, the Go for
yeah,
Glory Cup. As a caster for Valorant PH, we had to make that decision because not really because she's OP, but
yeah.
it's because you do need to unlock her, and not every team is gonna have Killjoy available
Yeah,
by this point in time unless you actually pay money for it. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to give anyone an unfair advantage. And we
advantage.
see it also in other tournaments like the FaZe Clan Invitational right now, it's also going to be banning the Killjoy for other reasons, in terms of balance and all the like. So it really just goes to show that in games when there is a wall, you kind of want to make sure that everyone has a chance to play her first before adding her into competition. That's really it.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good because some of the people, of course, won't be able to have that unfair advantage, as you said. That kind of insight, it has to be how does it put in to tournament organization, right? So really, really, it's really a good decision for you guys to not include Killjoy first. It's like you have to have some kind of a grace period, right?
Yep, exactly.
So before we go forward, of course, I'm gonna show a video of the summary of characteristics of our new agent here, Dax. Please give me some time. It's going to be this one. Okay.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Is it time? Oh, there we go. It's a breakdown. So yeah, I remember me and Astray had to do like a breakdown for agents in the C Invitational. But yeah, there you go. You already see what's going on there. Turret, alarm bot, and all the like. Ridiculous. What a kit.
Oh man.
Well, this is the worst one here, ExcelSor. Gotta say, you see that one?
Yeah.
That does 15 damage per tick. And I think
man.
it's 5 ticks per second, so it just takes 2 seconds for you to die, so it's just ridiculous. Her kit is so strong, and this is really the best part of it. You know, I'm gonna do the voiceover. This is the ultimate lockdown. It takes a while to set up, but as soon as it happens, abilities, goodbye. Guns, goodbye. You are pretty much dead in the water right there, and this is what makes her the defender to defend any single point. Her kit is just so suited for the D.
Man. That was I'm seeing it. I'm looking at it right now. It's like the second time that I'm seeing it. But when you say this, the other skill that has 5 for every tick, that's going to be 15 damage. You have 100 health, right? And plus 50 for armor when you play Valorant, right? So basically
100 health and 50 armor. Yeah, exactly.
And 5 ticks per second. Is that right?
Yeah, and 15 damage. So it's 2 seconds inside, you're dead. Pretty much it. It's so much damage.
So let's have like a more specific breakdown. Okay, so for alarm bot, how do you use this, Dax?
Okay. Let me just preface this real quick, guys.
Yeah.
I don't own Killjoy yet. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend I've actually played her. I have watched a lot, though, of people playing her. So I can really understand. And since we didn't need to prepare for her kit coming into the tournament, you know, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna shell $10 for a new agent like this, ExcelSor. But an alarm bot is pretty. It kind of reminds you of the Rezpurr, and that's the thing. It lore wise, it's also similar to the Rezpurr. They have this whole thing going on, and it's just basically if someone's there, it's like hello, surprise. It's a big alarming thing. It's really for intel as much as possible. It does a little bit, of course, but it really is just your first warning per se. It's your proactive warning sign, and it does allow her to do a little bit on the attack, but on the defense, it's just to make sure, okay, is someone really here gonna be pushing into us? Is someone not gonna be? What's gonna be planned? What's gonna be going on? That's what we can say about alarm bot.
Oh yeah, so it's like the bot of race, but it's more
exactly.
It's more like a ward rather than a roving bot, right?
Kinda, yeah. It feels that way. If you play it again, you can actually see like how it just decides to spot someone out so quickly, and it really allows you to hunker up also in a way to make sure that if you're gonna be playing a little proactive in your defense, then alarm bot is the best way to go at it.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's actually the first skill of Killjoy right here. Oh man.
Yeah. And oof. Goodbye. And
there's the second skill, turret. Sometimes it's good to plant some root.
Okay.
Deploy turret that fires at enemies within 180 grown. Hold equip to recall deploy turret. Okay. So when do you use this, Dax? Do you put this on a corner and just wait for it
all the time? You use it all the time because it's your tactical, so it always is free. every round. So you should use it. It doesn't really do too much damage, but it basically bothers your opponent enough that they do have to break it, or they will take some good amount of damage. Now, what I've seen though is some people do choose to ignore the turret to go for you first if you like peek while the turret is firing, but you're gonna use it as a kind of distraction in a way. It reminds you of Cypher tripwires here and there because it has its own vision radius, that kind of thing. But instead of slowing you down, it does slow you down, of course, because it's bullets. You know, it has the stagger effect there. But it really is just you put the turret on one side, you put yourself on the other, and you kind of go for a crossfire in a way that you make sure that the turret is taking the aggro first.
Yeah.
And from then on, you can just continue with getting kills here and there.
Oh, so it's basically a redeployable turret, right? As you can see here. Have you seen it being deployed? That will it retain its health, or will it get replenished after being recalled?
I can't remember personally, but I do think that whatever it had HP, it stays that way till the end of the round, because we don't see things get replenished, right? In Valorant, unless you get healed by Sage, that's pretty much it, and the Devar from Reyna, so it'll be consistent that way.
Okay, so mostly, most likely it's not going to be replenished, because that's going to be OP if just put it down, gets damaged a bit, put it back up, then it gets replenished. So it's like going to be OP if it happens that way. So yeah, I think what you said, it, like in terms of the strategy, it's all good, both in attack and in defense, right?
It's really suited for the defense, because when you put it on the attack, you kind of have to put it somewhere in front of the opponent, and they can see you setting it up. You just shoot it down. Or if you're busy doing that, they see you don't have a gun. It's like, okay, that's a free kill. Might as well, right? So it really does go in line with her Sentinel approach. She's very defense favored, and we can really see that coming into all the other abilities she has. It really just goes to show what her playstyle is, and it's defense, that's for sure.
So it's defense. Okay, so mostly on defense. But, I've been seeing, one way you can use it in attack is like mostly going to be a decoy of sorts. When you put it, start putting it down. Somebody on from your team gets to attacking while he's attacking the turret. So yeah, that could be a potential
for the lurk in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're playing like Cypher, right, you put some tripwires, and if someone pushes, you can get them. The same thing. It's like the turret's like, "Hello, what are you doing here? Can we get the kill on you now?" That kind of thing. It really is just a warning system in that way.
That's right. That's right. Let's move on to that skill that you said. Okay, let's go. Let's watch this for a bit. Throw the grenade. When it lands, it goes quiet. Then activate the nano swarm to deploy a damaging swarm of nanobots and catch the enemy crying. Okay, so let's watch it again. Oh, and that Salva dies in 2 seconds.
2 words.
Yeah.
2 words. 2 words. Absolute suffering. It's like a Cypher cage.
Yeah.
But it is worse because it kills you. And the thing about it is, I believe it's the same lineup throw, like the Molly in a way, or it's more like the snake bite rather from Viper. So if you're like a Viper player or a Brimstone player, you can easily use some of the lineups that you know, but the animation is a little different, so you just have to figure it out from there. But I want to say though, it's ridiculous. It does so much damage. You blow people up. And the thing about it is, sure, there is counterplay. They can shoot it in the middle, but it is very hard to see it. It's very hard to break it in that way because of all the swirly particles. And by that point, you're probably taking enough damage that you're just gonna die anyway.
Yeah, you have to. This is where the flick works. So when you flick and shoot at the middle, you have to practice for that, right? But does this go?
Sir.
Does this go through walls, or does this just go like within the area and not just go through walls?
That's I remember that it can actually go through walls and stuff. Like I've seen some clips where people put things under a sent side, like below the rafters, and it will kill them above them. So yeah, it's a smile and a half right there. You just get the stacks on, you get blown up. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Oh man, this is actually possibly why Daks just banned Killjoy on his tournament. But yeah, Yeah, you don't put a this kind of strong skill into a tournament. But then let's move on to the next skill, lockdown. You'll have to adjust your timing for the
Uh,
windup. It detains all enemies caught in the radius for about 8 seconds. Yeah, enemies can destroy it. Except I built 20 more. So let's watch this. Ooh. So let me get this, Dax. If you put this down
mhm.
and it's live, it actually is basically an EMP, or rather, skill blocker.
It's an EMP. It's not only a silence for skills. It also doesn't let you shoot. You
Oh,
are just useless when that happens. But the thing about it is, you can get out of it while it's setting up. I believe it's around 12 seconds for lockdown to initiate, and that makes your opponent kind of choose if they're gonna push you and kill you before it's set up,
yeah,
or are they gonna be backing off from the side? Because you can see where the radius is. That the shield effect.
yeah,
It is where exactly the lockdown's gonna be in effect. Because it's such a strong ability. That's such a strong ultimate that you have
yeah,
to be obvious of how it's gonna be. But the thing about it is, you will have a general idea of where the thing is, where the lockdown device is, but it doesn't really show you on the map. So you still have to
yeah,
find it. You have to figure it out, and that's where like experienced players can really realize, okay, can we actually make it to push here? Can we not? And what I see from this ultimate is lockdown is lockdown. You see this coming. You know the Killjoy has it. You've confirmed where she is, and you do not play there. You do not play
oh,
on that side because as soon as you commit, you are just gonna get screwed over. Especially if there's another defender. And
mm,
on the attack, this is where see Killjoy. Like this is something I was talking about you, and I think we can work on a little more after.
yeah,
But on the attack, if you set this up before initiating on the site, it just basically means there is either no defenders there, or no one can shoot you for 8 seconds. That's
oh,
pretty much it.
oh, yeah, oh man, this actually, I mean, this can disable a whole team if the whole team is within range from the lockdown. But what you said about it takes a long time to set up. How long does it really actually
I,
take?
if I remember correctly, it's 12 seconds. So it's around that long. So it does take a while. And if you are caught doing it, then it's very, very easy to take you down in a way. The thing about it is you just plant it down, and you do have to wait for it to initiate. So you can kind of defend it while it's setting up. But the thing about it is, yeah, it's breakable, and you can get broken too when
Oh.
it's trying to go online.
So basically,
A big boom though.
again, of course, again, as a turret, or rather as a ward, you would put it on the corner or somewhere hidden, right?
Yeah, you want to hide it as much as possible. And the thing about it is, I'm not too sure, but if you do set it up, you can serve. If you die, I think it'll still go online, if I remember correctly. But another thing about it is, if you're playing Killjoy, it will tell you how many people you also caught in its radius. So you can basically
Oh,
confirm if anyone's pushing you or not as well.
it's like a reconnaissance ward, for example, right? You can see how many people are deactivated, so in the area, or detained. So in the area, you will know how many people are already there without even seeing them.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's ridiculous. Just
Oh,
it's such a strong kit, and it really suits her playstyle as a
yeah.
sentinel, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's how strong Killjoy is, and that's like four, or rather three of the reasons. I think three of the reasons. The one of the skills is like manageable, but three of those other skills are, or rather kits are not really are really hard for a basic player like me to counter. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just so many things. Like the alarm bot gives you a vulnerable debuff, and I think that's the one where you kind of take more damage in a way.
yeah,
The nanoswarm does so much damage. Turret is just like, why is there another gun shooting at me? Even though it kind of just tickles it, and then
yeah,
you lock down.
yeah,
Especially for a new player, you're like, why can't I do anything? What is going on? Game, are you broken or not?
yeah. I mean, this.
Oh my god.
I'm wondering, some of the new players are, they're just like, oh, cheating. There's someone's cheating right now. Oh, they're hacking me. Oh yeah, that's the agent. Right? That's the agent's skill. So Anyway, well, with that, I think Killjoy is, with good reason, banned from the tournament. But we're going to see more of her in the games, or in your ranked games, or in your unranked games. But let's move forward with the next points of discussion in the patch. Okay, so let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Let's go on to the next point. Here we go. So we have here the point of Ray's showstopper skill. Equip time is increased from 1.1 to 1.4 seconds, so that's around 0.3 seconds more. Quick equip time increased from 0.5 to 0.7. VFX reduced when firing rockets. So, okay. VFX on rocket trail slightly reduced. Okay, so how does this affect the game, Dax?
Okay, so the thing about this raise nerf, it's actually pretty big in a way, because about the equip time means that there is more time for you to counterplay against raise. You see a raise player pop it in your face, you have an extra zero point 0.3 seconds to kill her, and that is around a bullet or two that can help you out. So
Yeah.
it really just means that when you see a showstopper, you either commit on it or not, because with the equip time being nerfed like that, it does put a raise trying to juggle a gun with a rocket launcher to kind of get punished a lot more, and it is very noticeable because
Yeah.
you see so many players already setting up the blast back
Yeah.
and going for the triple jump. Basically, it's not gonna happen this time at fast. And the fact of the matter is, with Ray's getting hurt like this, it makes it a lot easier to deal with the rocket launcher. And in all honesty, the showstopper is already easy to deal with as soon as you realize as a player that you shouldn't be hiding in a corner for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more counterplay potential. But it doesn't really hurt Ray's in the way that she's really being used,
Yeah.
because she still can spam with her abilities. But the next nerf is, the blast back nerf is the one that really hurts Ray's more in that instance, in her role. Because there you go.
There you go. And since you mentioned the blast pack, let's move on to that. Damage decreased from 75 to 50. Damaged objects now consistently does 600. Okay, so
That's
in terms
big.
of, you said this is a big nerf for Race. How is it so?
Okay, so when you do double blast backs against people, that just means they die. 75 times 2 is 150. And if you hit them square on the mark, you can just blow up clusters of people hiding in corners and all the like. Now with it at 50, it only means that if you can kill them with them having no armor. So it's not really too useful anymore to spam. You can clean up with it, sure, but at the very least now blastback doing 600 means that barrier orbs are going to be going down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how far the object is. That means your AoE will be having consistent damage every single time. So in terms of clearing gadgets and all the like, I like the blastback a lot better. It will help out against people like Killjoy, that's for sure. But
yeah.
in terms of killing people, that's a big nerf, and that kind of hurts Ray's in her ability to hold down a site, because back then if you get hit by twin blast back, then you're dead. Now if you get hit by twin blast back, you're still alive, and you can kind of push the Rays while she's still using all her abilities here and there. So it really just goes to show that it's not going to be as oppressive anymore.
But you can still. That's a good point that you said a while ago. It can actually be a good counter for a Killjoy. Not on the last kill of Killjoy, right? Not on the last kill, but mostly on the other ones. The first three, yeah, that's right. The last kill, because she's going to be disabled, right? So she won't be able to use her blast back. If I'm hearing it correct.
Like if you're dealing with Killjoy, the thing about it is if you do get hit by the chain, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Once you get hit by the ultimate, if you do throw the blast back down, it will blow up eventually. So it can still, and you can trigger it in midair, but really the interaction is very very based on skill and all the like. The thing about it though, if you're gonna be spamming blast backs in the Killjoy there, then you're not gonna be able to. So that's just pretty much it. That's just pretty much it there.
Okay, so let's move on to the next point in the patch. Oh, I'm not going into the best. Okay, the best part of the patch right here. But first, what do you think about the glitch pops skins, Dax? In terms of the sign, Does it really pop out?
Doesn't pop out. I
Yeah,
mean, it at least it isn't as ridiculous as the dragon one. Not gonna lie, having a dragon that's alive is very distracting. This is
yeah,
also pretty distracting, but it feels a little cutesier, and I like how it looks. I like how I've seen it. I've used it from yoinking it from other dead people, but
yeah,
same thing as per usual. Skins are expensive there, Mr. ExcelSor. But I gotta
yeah.
say, I like this pack a lot better than the dragon one.
Yeah, I haven't seen someone with wearing a dragon skin or but that was actually funny. I saw it on some of the people's posts, but yeah, it's really funny to have that. But doesn't this decrease your your camouflage effect if you use it?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what every skin does. In all honesty, you have your normal vanilla skins which are gray, and you hide with the gray wall. Then sure, that's pretty much it. But come on, flex! You gotta flex, and when you do go into higher tiers of play anyway, you have that outline system, so it's really easy to see someone. So it
Yeah,
doesn't really matter per se, and they will
yeah,
notice your gun no matter what. They're in that kind of thing. Sure, it can kind of be like, okay, in a lower tier, I can't
yeah,
see this barrel because it's gray, but now since it's pink, that works. But yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So enjoy whatever skin you want, you know.
yeah. So higher tier plays, it doesn't matter. It just shows that you have the moolah to
Yeah,
buy the
money.
skins. Yeah, and you have the probably the time to put to invest in such a skin, right? Yeah, it's like you're I'm investing in this game. I'm buying these skins. I'm going to go all in on it. So it's probably more of a cosmetic factor. So with that, the next or the last part of the patch that we're going to discuss, since I said Dax is a busy man, we don't want him
No, it's
for don't
okay.
want him
I love talking to you, man. I love talking to you. It's great. I'm surprised you invited me to this. In all honesty.
Yeah, but, yeah, we're honored to have you here, man. Because this is the third episode, and this is the first one for Valorant, and we want you to be here, of course, to get your insights and to show our players what the patch is all about. But again, you said this one's the best, as you have said a while ago before when we started talking about the patch 1.05, and this is Valorant's FFA Deathmatch. Why is it so good for you, Dax?
Well, the thing about it is it really addresses a way for you to practice gunplay. It's not just against bots on practice mode. It's just basically, okay, run around, shoot someone, click the head, be good to go to play unrated or ranked instead. And this comes from, of course, other games, other tactical shooters. They have this kind of system, and it really allows you to warm up yourself before anything else. I've been playing it for a while. Actually, was me doing that over trying to unlock the Killjoy because it is my worst part of this game. In all honesty,
Yeah,
I don't come from a tactical shooter background, so even though I have the game sense, I can't hit heads, and
yeah,
having this mode will help me get that skill. You know, learn, not just get carried when after calling. It's just all
yeah,
about getting the clicks, and this is the best way for you to also get your Valorant kick in a way if you are pressed for time. It's not like Spike Rush where you have downtime. It's just run, go, gun. You will miss abilities, that's for sure, and you might forget if you only play this. It's like, oh yeah, there are abilities in this game, but hey, it is a good way. I do realize one thing though.
yeah,
In Valorant, it's very easy to hear footsteps and all the like.
yeah,
But the problem is when everyone is your opponent, it kind of gets really messy in a way. You're like, okay, which direction is that really from? Because if you, of course, when you're an attacking side and defending side, you have an idea of where the opponent's gonna be because that's their half of the map. But when the map is just everyone's to take, you don't really know where to look, don't you?
yeah,
It's all about
yeah.
reactions. So I guess it's something it exposed in a way in terms of Valorant's audio.
So I'm thinking this is going to be from what you said about the footsteps. I've been playing it a bit, and I was kind of confused because the footsteps are not appearing as I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it on the right. I'm hearing it on the left, and it's actually just on the right. So
Yeah.
does that do they have like a surround sound setting right there on for Valorant?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about in all honesty, because that's like the problem recently with Valorant, which is exposed by FFA Deathmatch, because
Okay.
It is messy. It is messy in a way. Like you don't really know if it's left or right. So I hope they fix it soon, or if they can figure it out, because it is a lot easier to listen to it compared to other tactical shooters,
Yeah,
because it's very obvious. But when it's a lot of obvious things going on,
yeah.
that's where it kind of gets messy. It's like an odd track that it just gets all blurred up in a way.
Oh, okay, okay. So, I haven't played the FFA as of the moment, but maybe when I get some time, look forward to get a good. I'm going to go and let's try it out because I want to practice. I've done a poll over at my page, and what they said, how do you practice? Is it just shooting mode or just playing on unranked? It's 50-50 actually. Just shooting mode with the bots, 50% for the unranked. So this can actually be, as you said, a good way or a good training ground for you to play in, so that you'll master your game sense or master your reflexes, as you said, right, Dex?
Yes, sir. It really is.
And so, okay, so that's the last part of our the patches, this patch discussion. We're not going to discuss the bug fixes. You can go over at the Valorant page and see the bug fixes or the UI fixes that they made. And of course, these are the points that we have discussed. We have discussed Killjoy, we have discussed the nerfs to Raze, and we have discussed the skins, of course. And the last part is Valorant, the FFA Deathmatch mode that they included. And last one, I think, Act 2, Dax. Oh, what's important to note about Act 2?
Okay. Before we move into the Act 2 whole system, I just want to say, though, there's one thing I gotta commend Valorant. It's finally a server browser for customs. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Latency issues no more in that way. It's like, no
Yeah.
needs a ping check because you can see your ping in the lobby already. So that's something. But as you were saying, Act 2, the thing about it is it didn't really add anything per se lore-wise. It seems like they have this system, they have these seasons, they have these acts rather, where they bring out an agent and they bring in new cosmetics. So if you're asking about Act 2, we got Killjoy obviously, but the bigger one has to be the new Battle Pass, and I really think this one is worth the money compared to the first one. Not gonna lie, I didn't even buy the first one because I didn't really have too much time to play and I didn't finish it, but it really just was the fact that this one feels a lot better. The skins are amazing, the sprays are cool, and is a lot more rewarding this time compared to the last one. That's what I'm getting from it. That's my vibe from it, and it really just finds you a way to get you. That's how they get you, guys. That's how they get you to spend money.
So you heard it from Dax, guys. Get the Battle Pass for Act 2. This is the time. It just started, right? And so if you want to maximize your Battle Pass, the best way for you to maximize your Battle Pass is, of course, when the season starts. And when the season starts, you will be able to possibly finish, right? All those quests, all those you get all those rewards from your Battle Pass. So again, Act 2 already started. So that's it, Dax. Thank you for joining us. So thank you for being our guest here. Of course, we're not going to take any more of your precious time any longer.
Oh, come on. I love being here. Come on. It's so fast. I literally just sat down on the couch right there behind me. I love the setup, right? I sat down. I even went for a little bit of an engine sit, that kind of thing. And then it's like, oh, it's over. We're done. That's that kind of thing. But I gotta say, I love this, and I'd love to be part of a longer session or even more so into the future. And in any case, I do gotta say I'm a big fan of your work, and as well as the games that we both play. In all honesty, you already know. Like I mean, just for the sake of the show, guys, I do love playing CCGs, but it's really my kind of game where it's on the go. So it'd be fun to work with ExcelSor and the rest when I do have some time. But hey, it's been a great patch talk show here at Nerf this. I love the intro, by the way, and hey, we can do this anytime again.
Yes, and we're really honored to have you here, Dax, and actually just fix this up for you. I fixed the room, as you can see. I put a Valorant poster on your left side, on your right side, and I just cleaned up the couch right there, so that our special guest right here will be our special guest will be comfortable. And again, thank you, Dax, for your insight, and thank you for your time. And this has been Dex. Where can they follow you? Any Twitch or any socials that you would like to promote right there?
Well, you guys can see down below, facebook.com/DaxCast. Don't do anything else with the Dax name because you're gonna see other things. That's why, you know, keep it PG right there. And on Twitter it's the same thing at DaxCast because same thing. You know, I just realized make everything not kind of a little personal that way. DaxCast. And on Twitch it is twitch.tv/DaxPH. To yoink the PH, gotta take that PH. Be like, hi, I'm the one from the Philippines right here. So yeah, and also YouTube rather, youtube.com/DaxCast. So 3 of them, DaxCast, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And then on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/DaxPH. Thank you guys.
Yes, go follow Dax over at those socials, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You can follow him, and also you will be possibly seeing him much more casting over the different Valorant tournaments as well as StarCraft 2, right, Dax? And maybe in the future, if you have time, I can teach you some CCGs. Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Let's get me on the Runeterra board, mates. I'd love to do that from time. It's honestly, you know, I would looking to ask you from time to time, but then it's like, oh, I have something to do that time, so it's like
yeah.
But I'd love to in the future. In all honesty.
Okay. So yeah, thank you for that, Dax. But then again, this has been the 3rd episode of Nerf This, and we just talked to Dax, our pro FPS caster / SE2 caster, pro, and that's a big word because that's how big this guy is, and we have gotten some insights from patch 1.05. Don't forget, you can also get Killjoy for Valorant. Of course, also the Glitch Pop skins and the Battle Pass for Act 2. Guys, get them now. It's going to be worth it since it's going to be... We're actually at the first days of Act 2. So that's it for episode 3. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be going live again at 8 p.m. for a pack opening over at my CCG.
Ooh.
And
Go for it.
And we have to thank Dax again for his time. Congratulations for watching, or for congratulations to Dax again for bagging that big tournament, or rather for bagging that big casting tournament.
Yep.
I think that was the, what was that, Dax?
SEA Invitational.
SEA
Cool.
SEA Invitational. Very big tournament for Valorant. Congratulations again. And again, follow me at facebook.com/ExcelSorPH and twitch.tv/ExcelSorPH and youtube.com/ExcelSorPH. It's all ExcelSorPH. It's standardized, so you can follow me everywhere. Just type at ExcelSorPH. This has been Nerf This, episode 3. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Dax, for being our special guest. And thank you again for your insights. Play Valorant. And, okay, stay safe at home, everyone. So, bye, guys.